One. Hey, everybody, welcome to Shenanigans. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
I think we're doing good.
Think we're doing great this time. Yeah.
Yes. Good. Good.
As you can see over here is Greg. He's going to be our DM for today. So I'm going to kick back, and Greg's going to take it away.
All right, awesome. Do we want to do intros and stuff, or are we just jumping right into it?
You're the DM, man. What do you want to do?
All right, well, hey, why not? Most of us don't get seen every day like Neil, so why don't we jump in and do some intros? Chucky, why don't we start with you? I don't think we've seen you on Shenanigans that often.
Hello. I've been on Shenanigans on the first couple of episodes, and then kind of on and off. People know me usually by Chucky, 6 and 6. I'm usually around. I was usually around. Now I just finished with university exams, so I'm gonna try and make more Shenanigans happen.
Awesome. Good to have you. Rob, what have you been up to?
Rob is faking talking, trying to recreate sound issues, but we're not falling for it. We're not falling for it, Rob, but good try. I respect the game and the play.
I'm just waiting for Christmas vacation.
When does that start for you?
Soon with my youngest daughter. Think I'll go up for New Year's. Maybe see Justin up north.
Oh, how cool! Is he still in Sacramento?
Just looking forward to some time off.
Is Justin in Sac? Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we all know what Neil's been up to, so we'll just skip over him. And
Who cares about Neil?
I'm unimportant. I'm just the DM. So you guys are all in Shenanigans, as always, because what good adventure doesn't start in a bar? Why don't you tell me, what are you guys up to during this afternoon in Shenanigans?
Ralph, our friendly wild wizard, has found a whetstone somewhere and is sharpening his pitchfork.
This definitely is not a common thing you see in bars. I think this probably gives you quite a few odd looks as this peasant quietly sharpens his pitchfork in a non-menacing manner, very smiley and happy as Ralph always is. But you're definitely the attention of more than a few people as you sharpen your pitchfork.
I think that probably makes Ralph a little nervous, and he just kind of puts
lowers
it to crotch level and sharpens the pitchfork down.
That's a good image right there.
Yeah, it's kind of like, why is everyone looking at me? I'm just trying to get my tools in good shape.
It's okay, actually. There's somebody else sharpening his longsword next to you. Like Carter, a half-orc is sharpening his longsword right next to you.
So just the two of you, just, a lot of this motion,
sitting next to each other in a circle around a table.
Well, it's good to start things off.
All right, Melissa's just kind of drinking her milk, looking at it mournfully, saying, "This is just as good as it was before. Totally delicious."
All right. So the
not
two
missing
are polishing and sharpening your sword and your pitchforks, your weapons, and Melissa sadly and forlornly drinks her milk that it tastes just as good as it did in the past. And the day-to-day affairs of Shenanigans are broken for a moment as the doors bang open, and instead of at normal height, you have to pan down, and you see the visage of a solitary goblin, dressed rather oddly. He has fine clothes for a goblin, kind of woolen, and he has even a little bit of frilly lace at his neck, and he looks around, wild eyes, kind of observing everyone in Shenanigans, before finally falling upon the three of you, two of you sharpening your pitchforks and swords. He says, "Yes, those are the ones I need." And he waddles his way up to you.
I look to Melissa and go, is that a noble goblin?
It was the white goblin the white kobold I keep hearing about. Or is that a white goblin?
I'm not white. You can see I'm very orange. But you three look like adventurers of a particular type, and I'm really looking for. What say you of slaying a creature for me?
You're orange.
Yes, goblins are orange. And
I
green.
don't know about orange things. I think I'm kind of worried about the future actions of anything orange right now.
Okay. I don't understand what you're getting.
I've had to swear off Cheetos completely.
I like Cheetos too, but it's not the reason my skin is orange. I promise. I'm not that far gone.
So, Mr. Goblin,
Yes.
you seem fairly friendly.
Well, you have to be friendly in my line of work. Humans don't take kindly to unfriendly peddlers.
What is your line of work, Mr. Goblin?
I'm a blacksmith by trade, and I sell wares to humans near the village near the Great Horn. I'm quite a fine arms dealer.
Does he have any type of armor or weapon on this person?
No.
Okay.
So you're an arms
He wears
dealer?
wool clothes with like a little bit of lace and like multiple slashes of color, but not armor or a weapon on him that you can see.
I don't know. What does an arms dealer want us to do?
This is good. You're right to the business. You see, there's
He
a
said we want to kill something.
Yes, the half-orc, he understands. There is a creature in the basement of the castle near the Great Horn where the village sits. It's removed.
What's amazement?
Yes. Good.
What is it?
And it stole from the people. It likes to build a hoard of treasure, and I didn't give it any mind. Business was good. Adventurers tried to come kill it, and they failed, but I sold them weapons. It was good trade. But it took something from me the last time it came to town, and I need adventurers to get it back. I came to Shenanigans, of course. There's where the best adventurers are.
What'd it take from you?
It took a
And
skull.
what kind of creature is it?
I asked a wizard in
A
town to identify it for me. It's called a panda.
Just took your skull?
Yes, it took a skull. You kind of asked a question when I was describing it. It was a skull.
I tapped him.
I reach over and like grab the top of his head and squeeze a little bit.
Yeah, I tapped it as well.
Oh, it feels like a goblin head. He squirms a little bit as you do this.
No, not my particular skull. A skull that was handed down to my family. You see, my family had the skull, and it gave my father's and my mother's. And
Your family all uses the same skull?
That's unhygienic.
Now, Melissa, I think that this little feller here maybe uses the skull for something different than we ought to. He's a little different. He's a little queer looking, got this orangey glow about him, but we shouldn't judge him for passing down skulls from family to family. It seems like the sort of thing that, I used to have a key ring, a candlestick that my mothers used to have until I had to sell it to...
Was it made out of your grandmother's skull?
Well, no, it was made of silver, but what I'm saying is if this little critter here has a family skull that gets passed down from generation to generation, well, that ain't that odd. That's it.
Exactly. He's on point. It's a family skull passed down. Ruby eye stones. Says magic. I don't do magic.
Rubies embedded in the eyes?
Yes.
What was this creature that
my.
has it again? And if
It's
it's in a
called a
castle?
Bandersnatch, says the wizard.
A bandersnatch.
Yes.
Oh my.
That sounds like a funny word. Is it a funny creature?
He's a horrible creature, I've heard. Teeth and long neck and quick. I heard it has a weakness too. You see, I used my wealth to investigate it with the wizard. Turns
Ralph
out
snickers
very
while he snacks on his food.
gold weapons. Fortunately for you, I have some. Well, if you want to undertake the quest, that is.
So I have a proficiency in blacksmithing.
Yes.
Would I know that like gold weapons are basically crap?
Please make a blacksmith proficiency roll.
What's blacksmith based off of?
I believe it would be. I don't know. We'll find out. I have not used blacksmithing proficiency in a while.
Well, I have no idea either. So I need to know with what skill I'm going here.
Strength.
It is based on strength.
Very good. I have much of strength. Give me a second. I'm loading roll 20 right now. I mean,
Very good. I will force you all to make rolls so that we are all in roll 20.
I don't know about the Bandersnatch. I heard they're pretty fruity.
So yes, you would know that weapons made entirely of gold would be soft and rather shitty.
I say, I look at the guys, and I understand that weapons made out of gold take significant amounts of gold, right?
Yes, very valuable.
I kind of look at the others and just, let's take this job.
I don't know. I don't have any need for any more weapons. I got my pitchfork here, and I ain't got no use for
I'll
swords.
just use both. I can dual wield.
Well, what is this Bandersnatch?
They're really frumious. They have long necks and they're really fast.
He's heard of Bandersnatch. Very exactly as he said. Long necks, very fast teeth.
And jaws.
Yes.
And claws?
And claws. And tails. And wings, maybe.
Oh my, this thing sounds terrifying. Multiple tails and multiple claws and multiple jaws?
Exactly.
Oh,
This is why I spent time researching when I had things stolen.
I don't know if this is something that the three of us can take on. Do you guys think we can take on a Bandersnatch? How big is it? About the size of a bread box?
He says, I don't know.
It's never actually
My own
mentioned.
eyes. The wizard says it could be quite large. Like a large cat.
Like a big cat?
He says,
Or
yes,
like
very big cat.
like a lion, or like just a big house cat, like a fat cat.
More like a lion. Less like a
well.
He looks around the room again and he says,
I surveyed this place. Surely you must be the best adventurers here. You would be the ones for this job. If you didn't, here's the deal. I have the weapons. If you wish to purchase them from me, I can make that happen. If you wish, I can hold yours as collateral, and I will give you the golden weapons so that you may face the Bandersnatch. And then I will return to you your weapons at the end. Here's the only deal. Give me back my skull with the red crystal eyes, and whatever treasures else the Bandersnatch has taken and hoarded are yours to split.
I give him a harpoon. No, harpoon. That's not enough metal. No, that's good. Sorry, that's good. I give him a harpoon.
He holds it. He says, very good. I don't have the weapons with me at the moment. You'll have to...
I take the harpoon back.
Escort me to my house in near the Great Horn. And he hands it back to you. He says, you may want to keep this for the journey.
Well, I guess if a man's in need, we ought to help him.
I look at Rolf and I say, yeah, we ought to.
That sounds like a really odd deal. Last time I was offered a deal like that, someone was saying something about a diamond in a rough and had to go to this cave to get the treasure, and then it turned into a giant panther head, and it was just no end of nonsense.
I look at the goblin and I say, may we have a moment alone?
Certainly.
and he kind of waddles his way back and then like to the front of the bar. He seems to be determined to go get himself a drink.
Okay.
Well, golly, this sounds awful dangerous. What do you... He looks at the half-orc. What do you think, Melissa?
Melissa?
I think that magical skulls with rubies, that their magic is never something like makes you as many milkshakes as you want. It's usually like super death, bad things, and the people that want magical skulls usually aren't using them to help orphans.
Well, no, it's a family heirloom of his, passed down from generation to generation. It's his rightful property, according to the laws of the land, as I know them. But I'm only a simple peasant, so maybe I don't quite understand the laws of the land.
According to the laws of the land, I think he's bullshitting us completely. But
I don't think that sentence makes a lot of sense there, Mr. Half-Orc. The laws of the land, you see, are the rules that we follow as a society, and the rules that we follow don't really say that he's bullshitting, because that's not a rule.
I kind of just like I look at Melissa and I say, "Okay, put it like this: he lied about the weapons. No way those weapons work. Explain the logistics why golden weapons would not work as a blacksmith. I personally do not have that knowledge, but my captain does. But the initial deal,
yeah, they're way too soft, and the specific gravity would throw off the way that like all your training when you swung it.
Well, hold on now. I got a question. Don't they say that you need silver weapons to fight a werewolf?
I shake my head and I say, "Silvered."
I thought it had to be solid silver.
I think it's silvered. I don't know.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that also make it not a good weapon? And yet we still use silver weapons. Well, not we. People out there use silver weapons to fight werewolves. So
silver. They're coated in silver.
I'm pretty sure the player's handbook says they have to be solid silver all the way through.
I'm pretty sure that it says silvered.
I'm pretty sure it specifically says that it can't just be coated and it has to be made entirely of silver. I could be wrong. I'm only a simple peasant, but I think that's the case.
That's true. You are probably wrong because you're a simple peasant.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, if you look, I don't need no weapons. I got my pitchfork and I got my spells, and I think we can do this.
You don't get it. Even if we just give up if the thing is too hard to kill, those weapons, we can sell them for, I'd say, how much would a weapon made out of solid gold?
With your blacksmithing proficiency, you think that it would depend on the type of the weapon, but judging by the harpoon you carry, you're thinking that it would probably fetch a solid, 2,500 gold to the right buyer that, knew what they were buying, and no less than, $2,000.
Okay, so I explain this to the players, and I say, we pick up the weapons of gold, we come back and sell them, we get ourselves some equipment to deal with this creature. If it's killable, we kill it. If not, we come back. The initial deal is that he's willing to exchange the weapons.
Well, that sounds about
now,
fair.
Let me get this straight. What all this deal was, because this was confusing, where he said he would turn our weapons into gold or give us gold versions of our weapons, or how was that supposed to work?
Gold versions. He was going to hold our bronze ones in collateral.
Would they be bronze?
So we were just supposed
bronze.
to give him weapons, and he was going to come back and give us.
No, I think we're going to go to his shop.
Later?
We're going to go back to his little village, and he probably already has golden weapons there, and so we'll just trade bronze for gold, and then trade back gold for bronze later.
And I'm saying that trading back bronze for gold is stupid. Go on, Melissa.
Melissa?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. There's a cart moving by real fast or something.
Oh, well, you can just turn the volume down in the gear icon in the upper right-hand corner of Roll20. There's a little sliding bar called Master Music Volume Level. Don't worry about them carts. They're just, hauling things around.
You look out, there's a cart banging by, and it has nothing but weapons in it. It's very distracting. Unfortunately, they're all bronze.
Still, that's a shit ton of weapons.
So he says that bandersnatches can only be killed by golden weapons.
Well, I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. If werewolves can only be killed by silver, then it does make sense that somewhat creatures only be killed by gold too. I think there's an opposite werewolf thingy called a wolf were that can only be killed by raw iron. You know, not even steel, just raw iron. There are strange critters out there. Let me tell you, these guys are all probably summoned by wizards making mistakes casting their spells. I've seen firsthand what making a mistake casting your spell can do to a fella.
There's an awful lot of people out and about the streets during a storm, aren't there?
Storm? Is there a storm?
Greg?
I thought I heard some thunder. Oh, there it is
I
again.
don't think so, unless I clicked on something I didn't mean to in the music.
I don't hear
I
no
don't see a
thunder.
storm going.
No, I think it's. I think you're hearing anvils being struck.
Right, it's a busy time in the town. Let me just close
Oh.
the tavern door. I'm sorry about that.
Thank you.
No, that sounds good. Let's go get this Bandersnatch creature. There could be something. You know, I got all this gold, and just kind of, if I sit around this town any longer, I feel like it's gonna just burn a hole in my pocket. I got to get out away from places to spend money. I already bought a whetstone. I don't even need a whetstone. Pitchforks don't need to be sharp. Oh, I'm being so wasteful. It's what Mom and Pa always said. You go to the big town, you become a city slicker just like that. God, am I a yuppie? Come on, guys. Let's get out of here.
I don't understand half of what you're saying, you human.
See, I've been noticing ever since I left the school for young elven women that there's a lot of people out here who tell lies. And I think that maybe we should be a little bit smart and maybe go to Woghorts and talk to someone there and look up Bandersnatches to see if you actually need gold weapons to kill them.
Well, I mean, look at him. He's got
And maybe even
that.
find their stat block.
He's got like a little fluffy cravat. I mean, I think he's a well-to-do sort of feller. No one in a position of power like that would lie. You know?
About this time, he waddles back up, big frothy mug in hand.
Like, so you had a time to come to consensus.
Marissa over here has some business to attend to in the city, so we'll be coming back and picking her up after we come and escort you to your place and exchange the weapons. Then we'll go to your...
It's kind of like a day's travel. Right, you have to go past the Illidan Crest to the Great Horn. Right, it's kind of a long way.
Well, I think that maybe we ought to. Well, don't mind me. I'm just a peasant.
Well, come on
I
off.
don't recommend y'all coming together, but whatever you need to do, I guess.
Oh, that does look like it's a long ways out past the Great Horn. Too bad we can't take the river in that direction.
We can't?
No, the river starts right here at Berkshire. Comes out of a gigantic hole, fully formed river.
Yeah.
Well,
It starts like right at the foot of this great cleric. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
it's almost as if the cleric is creating the giant river.
Almost.
Let's just move him so he's facing a different direction. No, that's worse. Here, why don't you just come over to this side? If you guys think that maybe we ought to talk to one of them other folks, I guess that'll be okay. But I don't know. He looks fairly trustworthy, doesn't he? Look at that orange all over his face, giving us golden weapons. That sounds like a real nice feller.
I don't know. I just had a bad experience where there was another orange person who kept making outrageous promises and claims, and it turned out they were all pretty much lies. And then he went around telling people people that, oh yeah, those were lies. I never meant any of that even.
Well,
So
but I'm
just
sure that fella didn't
kind
have
of-
all these golden things lying around. You know, I think the wealth here pretty much shows he's an
He
honest
actually
feller.
was really fond of gold too.
So I look at this goblin again, and I ask him, so what do you think? What do you? No, not the goblin, Melissa. So what do you think? Should we wait until tomorrow, get some business sorted, and then leave later in the day?
Yeah, I think we need to get ready, get our spells all set, and other stuff.
Fine,
nod.
fine. I can wait until the morning, but no later.
Well, little feller, what did you say your name was?
Fritz.
And he extends his like goblin-y hand at you.
I take it, kind of shaking a little bit. Yeah, it's very nice to meet you, Fritz. I'm Ralph, and that there's Melissa, and I haven't been introduced to the bigger feller yet, but
My name's Carter.
I guess
Nice
that's
to meet you.
that's Carter, and you know he ain't so bad. I was a little afraid of him at first, but he seems like a regular fella.
I try and smile at you, but my tusks kind of like looks very weird.
Well, I guess it takes all kinds. I mean, if this goblin can have a skull that's passed down from family to family, I suppose I could be friends with a half orc. Nice to meet you, Carter. Please forgive my shyness. You're a little scary to me.
There's a very big kind of furry on the back, hand slapping you on the back. That's no issue. That's no issue.
Settled then. I will see you here tomorrow morning once you get settled. I need to find nearest brothel. Excuse me.
And he waddles out of the tavern.
I would like to follow him.
Sure. Are you trying to like catch up to him and find him?
No,
or-
I would like to stealth and follow him.
Okay, sure. Just roll a dex check for me just to see how good you are, and we'll kind of talk about what happens.
Ralph, you shook his hand. Did his hand seem a little small to you? Like even small for his size?
Oh,
I'm doing good today.
it was just kind of slimy. I wasn't paying too much attention to the size of it, more the texture.
He seems like a properly proportioned goblin.
Interesting way to describe a goblin.
I don't know. Just his hands just looked a bit small to me
Carter,
somehow.
that orc kind of gets into a low crouch, begins like doing the sneaking follow, you know, kind of checking behind tables and doors, and they both leave together. What do the two of you do left here in the tavern?
Rolf is ready to go, so he's going to kick back, continue to sharpen his pitchfork, and once that's good and pointy, he'll start perusing through his spells.
Okay, so you're pretty much keeping to yourself and prepping.
Mm-hmm.
Melissa, what are you up to?
I'm going to go use the library, like any good hero, to look up the information we need to solve our problems.
Sure.
So I'm going to go on down to Woghorts. Woghorts.
Right.
I want to go buy some string.
Okay. String player's handbook price.
Cool.
Available at any vendor.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. So you make your way to Woghorts, right? And I believe I've seen this.
Do you want to come with me, Ralph?
Oh.
Ralph, do you want to come with me? This string district is right next to Woghorts.
As a matter of fact, it is.
Oh, all right, sir.
A whole district of string shops.
Also, you guys
They're
know
just strung along that side of the
you
road.
guys know a mage that's going at university there that might be able to help you.
Who?
Mosey.
I don't believe he's a real character in the world.
Yes, he is.
Can you find a sheet with his name on it?
Shut up.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
No, he's real. He's real. He's
Great. And go to Woghorts.
all wrapped up, just like a mummy.
Yes, he is, and he has a lisp.
Ma'am, why do you always get all funny around the mummy?
Nothing. Who says I do?
You don't. Never mind. Sure. Let's go down to the string district.
All right. You make a stop at the string district, and I guess while you're buying string, we'll flop on over. Carter, you are following very sneakily from alleyway, keeping an eye on Fritz as he waddles his way out of the tavern. He makes a stop by another goblin dressed similar to him in wools, but not as fancy. Doesn't have the little frill. And you see him take out a scroll and begin scratching on it. And it takes him 2 or 3 minutes. It seems to be almost drawing on it. As you peer at it and kind of look and get a little closer, as your stealth was amazing, you can see it looks like he's drawing out the weapons that he saw in the shop. He sees all of the weapons that on your person, as well as Melissa's and the pitchfork from Ralph, and he's drawing this out, and he hands it to this goblin who gets on a mastiff and just begins taking off to the west outside of town. And once this is done, he kind of peers around and begins waddling around looking at shops and stopping and asking questions of people who generally bat him out of the way as he's a goblin and no one likes a goblin. But eventually he makes his way towards Ye Old Brothel.
So what I want to do before he makes it to the brothel, because I'm guessing I know the city, I know Berkshire, so I know which brothel he's going to.
Sure.
I want to have a small talk with the matron there.
Okay.
And yeah, just we can interact that.
Sure. You jump on ahead of him after you realize that he seems to be looking for a brothel, and you leave him to his peace. And you quickly high-step your way to Ye Old Brothel. And sure enough, there's Big Bertha sitting behind a counter with doing the typical polishing the bar table routine. And she looks up as you come in.
Oh, welcome, customer. What can I do for you today? You looking for some company this afternoon?
I'm Carter's very formal right now. He takes a small bow and says greetings. Say I've come here with a different request, and I put 10 golden coins on the table. And I explained the situation with kind of like real fast with this goblin. And my thing is, you have one of your girls. Well, get some more info on his intentions.
I'm listening. 10 gold for some info. What kind of info are you looking for?
Anything to what his plans are. I want to see, is she bullshitting us, or is he actually have a decent case? Is he what he says is true? And I'll give you another thing. I've explained the whole thing to her. So basically, if the thing is true, if they're actually golden weapons and she can find out for us, I'll give her 5% of the sale of that weapon.
Okay.
She nods and explain to her how much it would be worth.
She kind of snaps her fingers, and a very buxom blonde comes dancing out, and she says,
"Do you think this one will do, or should I get another for him?"
No. Has orange skin, small. What do your normal goblin patrons like?
I don't think I ever had a goblin before. Kobolds occasionally. They stopped coming some time ago.
He seemed very eager. You know what you should do? Just have her being the first one she sees. I think that should be enough.
All right, Daisy. This guy's your contact. He's paid for your night already. When a goblin comes in, I need you to pump him for all the information he's worth, especially about some golden weapons.
And you seem to have come to an agreement. She slides your gold coins into her greasy palms and stops polishing the table long enough to count them, put them in a pocket. And she smiles and gives you a small nod in accordance to your agreement.
Yep, I bow again, put my cowl up, and I fuck off back to Shenanigans.
As you leave, you get passed by a waddling goblin as he walks in and smiles and looks around, but he doesn't seem to pay attention to you or even know that you're there. So while this is going on, you've purchased your string in the string quartet or in your string shop. It was properly priced, and very little haggling needed to be done. And you made your way out of the string market and towards Wogwarts, the large castle grounds of Wizardry School. As you make your way there, if anyone were to normally recognize you, they seem to have a different set of guards on post, and they kind of smile at you as you come through. And seems the visiting hours are, in fact, in order, and they let you into a small great room where there's a big hat that sits at the front of an empty dining table.
I think someone left this thing right here. Maybe we should put it away.
Yeah, we should get that hat sorted out.
All right. I go and pick up the hat.
It turns itself around in your hands to look at you, and you see their large eyes and a mouth on the hat. And it says, "Hey, I'm on break. Slytherin!
Look, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were talking hat. Oh, God, what have I done?"
As you drop it and set it down, it goes silent once again.
I look to Melissa. I don't know.
Did you wild magic that hat?
No, honestly, I haven't cast a spell all day.
Well, that hat said that you need to slither in. I don't know. It seemed pretty magical. Maybe you should do what it says.
What did it say? Slither in? Slither
It said
in where?
To slither in.
You want me to get inside the
I don't know.
hat?
We'll just have to keep.
I am not going
We'll
inside no
figure it out.
magical hat. No sirree. I have done enough crazy magical things in my lifetime. I am not crawling inside no dang magical hat. No, I can tell you that one for sure. No god dang way.
As you sit and debate about the hat, eventually someone will make their way over to you. They seem to be robed and have a conical hat and seem to be very much a wizard. This one has gray robes. And it comes up and looks between the two of you and says, "Yes, I understand this is visiting hours, but if you would not accost the magical sorting hat, that'd be much appreciated. What can I do for the two of you?"
We wanted to
wanted
know
to
what
look in your library.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yes. Well, library access is for the next 2 hours, so come follow me. I will lead you there. And he leads you up a spiraling staircase to the northeast and deposits you into the visitor's library.
Do you have any books on a Bandersnatch?
Ooh, the Bandersnatch. You'll need to see the C.S. Lewis selection. And he points you to a particular bookshelf. There happens to be a silver chair next to it.
C.S. Lewis. I thought that one was about the big Christ allegory lion or something.
Yes, that one too.
I think you meant Lewis Carroll.
I think I did mean Lewis Carroll. I misspoke.
But
Wizards do that sometimes.
It was cool that
we'll need to go to a different
by the C.S. Lewis collection.
Yes, he sends you the proper section after misspeaking terribly.
A silver chair?
It was a reference to a series that C.S. Lewis wrote, but not the correct author. Regardless.
It's the second book in the Chronicles of Narnia.
It was like 10.
No, that was the third book. Second book was Prince Caspian.
Cool.
That's
I can't read.
Wedded.
I'm illiterate, so have fun, Melissa. I'll look at the pictures. But that's about it.
All right, so I'm going to research Bandersnatch, and looking at my character sheet, I also realized that I have obscure knowledge. So between my obscure knowledge and researching Bandersnatches in the Lewis Carroll section, what can I find out about them? Do they need gold to kill them? Aside from the big fists and having long necks.
Obscure knowledge is a thing from skills and powers. Basically, if it is an info that's not likely known by people, the DM can decide if it's up to the DM. You just know this. You know this. Like we used once about dragon mating.
Okay, sure. So Bandersnatches are in fact a bit obscure. So, your bit of knowledge is that Bandersnatches once existed, but have been hunted to extinction. And there was once a great ban on Vorpal swords due to this in a time long past. But since that time, Bandersnatches have not been seen in eons. But it is potential that one or two may have survived.
So that's why Vorpal swords are so rare. I always thought that was due to the big hat lobby.
Nope, turns out ancient ban.
Hmm.
So that is
Well, looking in the books, what else can I find?
If you want to,
Can I find a stat block?
Yeah, if you want to sit and research, please.
I want to read the whole 2 hours.
Roll intelligence for me to research through these books.
I'm not saying that Melissa's not smart. But let's see here. Where's the... Wait, why do I not have... I'm missing the whole part where I type in the numbers.
That's because you clicked on the gear. Go back to the little texty icons, 5 icons to the left of that. Or 4 icons to the left of that. It's like the chat bubbles that are over next to each other.
Yeah, this is weird.
Just
Got it.
You got it. You got it.
The 20.
I was gonna say just refresh.
Oh, that would work too. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, so you spend some time trying to research anything really specific about Bandersnatches beyond what you already knew. And you get a lot of poems, and you get a lot of very nice literature about it, but it still sounds very obscure to you. You don't see anything very specific about weapon weaknesses or stat blocks, how strong or weak they are. But, you know, you get some very, very nice adjectives and descriptors of Bandersnatch.
Can we hear some of them?
Let me look them up.
Well, they like to skip and hop, and apparently you try to bribe them to let you go. You shouldn't ride. It's been tried and failed.
Indeed. In particular, you find a poem, The Hunting of the Snark. It reads thusly. And the banker, inspired with courage so new, it was maddenal remark, rushed madly ahead and was lost to their view in his zeal to discover the Snark. But while he was seeking with thimbles and care, a Bandersnatch swiftly drew nigh, and grabbed at the banker, who shrieked out in despair, for he knew it was useless to fly. He offered large discount, he offered a check, drawn to bearer for £7.10, but the Bandersnatch merely extended its neck, and grabbed the banker again. Without rest or pause, while those furious jaws went savagely snapping around, he skipped and he hopped, and he floundered and flopped, till fainting he fell to the ground. Bandersnatch fled as others appeared, led on by that fear-stricken yell, and the bellman remarked, "It is just as I feared," and solemnly tolled his bell.
Well, that doesn't say nothing about golden weapons.
Yeah, that seems to be some sort of scam. And I'm wondering if it has something to do with the magic death apocalypse skull that he...
I don't think that's the case. I think you're being a little unfair here. I think that critter was genuinely looking for people to help us. I mean, why would he come and scam us? What could the scam possibly be? You know? What could he get out of us?
Getting us to... Well, he could get us to retrieve the apocalypse skull.
But why would he give us golden weapons if there weren't
magic?
But what part of a scam could possibly be giving us golden weapons? Like, how does giving us gold equate to a scam? You know, like it seems fairly anti-scam. If anything, we would be scamming him by taking the gold. If they're ineffective, then
Which
he's just
is
sending us to his
why
death. So either he's feeding us to this creature for funsies, or he's actually asking us to help him. He wouldn't give us ineffective
Or to
weapons.
charge the skull.
You think he's working with this Jabberwocky, this Bandersnatch? I don't know. He looked
Maybe
real
he
friendly.
needs to feed it.
There got to be easier ways to feed a creature than sending in, someone with golden weapons. That sounds like a far-fetched sort of plan. I think, ma'am, maybe you're just a little paranoid. Maybe you've had a few bad experiences in life, and you just don't trust folk enough. I think it'll be fine. Don't worry about the little critter.
I hold up my cup of milk. Don't trust folk enough. I trusted them too much.
What?
And now I can't even enjoy milk anymore.
Why can't you enjoy the milk? It's
Because
real.
of the meth.
Well, I don't know what meth is, but the milk is real good around these parts. Much better than what my cows produce back home. Can't get enough of this stuff.
Yeah, how are your teeth doing?
Oh, they were never very good. Too many sweets down on the farm. We had my papa used to keep what do you call them? Boxes with bees in them, and so we'd eat the honey all the time. And I just covered my mouth in honey almost every day, and I got some of them cavities, and they had to rip my teeth out. I'm missing like 4 or 5 of them up here.
About this time, a wizard draped in black robes comes sweeping down the aisle that you're in. He says, "Visiting hours are now over. I'm going to have to ask you to leave the premises."
But thank you, Mr. Wizard. I am so sorry to disturb you. By the way, I'm just a real big fan of the work that you do. I'm trying to learn myself, but it's been chaotic and a little wild. And
we recommend that you speak to admissions if you really wish to.
Oh, I can't afford this sort of higher education sort of institute. But I just want to say I'm a real big fan of the way that you can control your powers. By the way, is there a way to turn someone back from being a donkey into a normal person?
He thinks, says, "I would know this magic. And if I didn't, our headmaster surely would."
I believe you have to feed them roses.
I have to do what to roses?
If you want to turn someone who's been turned into a donkey into not a donkey back to a person, then you have to feed them roses.
So you've been knowing for months that my old papa, Henry, is a donkey, and all I had to do was feed him roses to turn him back, and you haven't told me in months?
I didn't know.
Why, that is
to
downright
roses.
mean, ma'am. Downright mean.
I thought everybody knew.
I'm going to go get me some roses, and I storm off, angry.
The black robe wizard points his face down to you now. He's like, "I suggest you follow your friend."
Yeah, thank you for letting me come in here. It's too bad I couldn't find what I needed about the Bandersnatch, but I still appreciate it.
Well, you are welcome. Now leave.
Okay, I go out and
Sure.
Wait, don't I need to check in with my library card and then put down the books that I read so it can go on the list for the contest, the reading contest?
You should have done this sooner. Yes, follow me. And he leads you deeper into the library. And there's a little well there that says reading contest check-in. And there's a magical computer, and it has a insert plastic card dispenser. And he says,
a reading contest? Am I the only one that
spoken
wonders
like
how
the card.
Someone who doesn't go to the library. Did you never go to the Galito library, Neil?
Is the reading contest a real thing? This is not just a thing that you guys are making up.
Yeah, you like it goes for like a month, right? And you sign in like the number of books you read, right? So if you read the entire Percy Jackson series, you get like 9 points. And then if somebody only reads Ayn Rand, they get 1 point because they only get through one before dying.
Okay.
Or killing themselves.
Didn't know this stuff.
All right, so
I have never heard of Decider, and I go to the library quite often.
Well, not the university library, so it doesn't have a children's
It's like a
section.
public
Good
library.
point. There we go. Yeah, good point. It is a university library. Hey man, I didn't know there was racism in between like university libraries and public libraries.
Well, we're about at our 1 hour break now. So, Greg, if this is a good stop,
Sure, yeah, this
stopping
is
point,
the perfect time to take a break if you'd like.
fantastic. Why don't we take a break here, and when we come back, hopefully we'll go find a Bandersnatch or something. We'll see. See you guys on the other
see.
side of the break.
Yep.
Bye bye.